Around a week ago, we saw spot Bitcoin ETF approval, which led to Bitcoin price surging to 49k. In the last few days, we saw a huge sell-off of gBTC and the Bitcoin price dropped just below 39k. So currently we are sitting at around 20% pullback, and I want to go through some charts to see if this is actually the good moment to buy, or we can expect a further sell-off and the Bitcoin price pulling back even further. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, I'm Željko and welcome to Crypto Grid. So firstly I want to go just through the few tweets and few charts. So this is the gBTC sell-off due to high fees. As you can see, majority of the competitors have like 0.2% fee, while gBTC have 1.5% management fees, which is like way higher. And this is the reason why this is happening. If you look at BTC holdings, you can see that the BTC holdings of ETFs is actually increasing. The only one that is selling off is gBTC, and it's for the reason that I mentioned. Here you can see the exact numbers and you can see that the inflow is 82,000 Bitcoins. What this means? This means that the actual sell-off is coming from retail and not from ETF, as a lot of people are assuming. Also, even though FTX is liquidating their assets, I don't think that this can create enough sell pressure to put us in some low ranges at like below 30k or something like that. Currently, if we look at the coin market cap, we can see that pretty much everything is in red. And I think that if we get a continuation of this bull market, and I expect that to happen since we are approaching to the halving, that we're gonna have even slightly better opportunities than we are getting currently. And even this is a huge opportunity. If you remember, we got Solana at $120 just like a few days or weeks ago, and now we are at around $80, which is like 33% discount currently. But a lot of people are looking just to buy when we are trending up. When we get a pullback, they're not sure if that's actually a good investment, which is a bad way to look into it. If you look at Bitcoin monthly chart, we can see that the interesting area is like 37.6k. This is the moment where we opened the last monthly candle, and if we manage to hold that area, I would expect the continuation of a bull market. The thing that would be really bad is if we close below it. One thing that I think is possibility is that we have some large wick to the downside and then we start coming back up, which would be a good sign in my opinion as well. If you look at daily chart, we can see two interesting areas. One is at like 37k, one is at 35k. I expect us to get to either one of these two in the next few days. One possible scenario is that we go to 41k again and then we retrace back. And that would be slightly more bearish in my opinion than if we go directly to that area. And I would expect us to have some larger wick, and that would probably mean a good moment to accumulate and good area to go in more aggressively. And I think it would be a good moment to buy altcoins as well, since it's highly likely that at this stage of a market that altcoins outperform BTC actually. Another thing that I really like to look at is predicted funding rate. As you can see, we finally started going into the negative territory for predicted funding rate, and usually if you look into the past, that was usually a bullish sign for the market. So if we switch here to daily charts, we can see that usually at the moments when we had negative funding rate, it's actually the moments when the market started going up more aggressively. As I said, seeing wick to the bottom would be a great thing to see, since you would have a lot of liquidated longs that are actually using high leverage currently. We would probably see a shrink of open interest as well, and the predicted funding rate would go to even further negative territory, which would be great. If you take a look at Bitcoin dominance, it's pretty much ranging at high levels, and if we get a wick to the bottom, that's the moment when I would like to see like slight pullback of altcoin dominance and then a sharp increase as we are going up, and that's the thing that I'm expecting to happen as we are approaching to the halving. A lot of people speculate that we're gonna see transition from BTC to ETH then to altcoins, Honestly, I don't see a lot of people are getting interested in it that much, and I expect each cycle to be skipped, and I expect people to immediately transition to the smaller alts where they see potential. The thing that is really important to look at is USDT market cap. As you can see, it's increasing pretty much since November 2022, and that's actually the moment when we saw a bottom of a previous bear market, and we are pretty much increasing since then, and usually this actually follows the price. We started retracing slightly, which is not a good sign, especially if we see further decrease. That could possibly mean a further decrease in BTC price and crypto market cap in general. So pretty much I want to see a supply of USDT going up even further. If you look at stablecoin dominance, we can see that USDT is increasing its market share in comparison to others, but we started seeing more USDC and more DAI as well, which is a good sign, especially if you look at the longer time frame. One chart that is interesting I saw at Lynn Alden post is M2 money supply, and you can see how much it correlates with the BTC price. Especially if you look at monthly percentage increase, it pretty much correlates with Bitcoin price. When the Bitcoin price is decreasing, money supply is decreasing as well. When money supply is increasing, we can see the Bitcoin price going up also. So this is really interesting to see. The last thing which I want to address is DXY. We can see it pretty much oscillates in a range from 101 to 106 or something like that. Now we had again a pullback to lower levels at 101 at the end of December, and now we started coming back up. I expect us to stay in this range for a while also, especially since we are approaching elections in the United States. They probably want all of DXY to drop below this area, so I expect us to stay somewhere in this range. Anyway, if we go back to BTC chart, keep an eye at this area at like 37 and 35k. We can see, for example, if you look at 3-day stochastic RSI, that usually, like when we get to the low ranges, it was great moment to buy. You can see here, you can see here. So we are now again in that area, and I think that it's just a matter of moment when we start coming up in terms of price and incoming of stochastic RSI also. The last place that I like to look at is MVRV-Z Score, and if we look here, we can see that pretty much we're coming back to the areas where we were at like November last year, which is also a good sign that we are approaching to great opportunities. If you struggle to make good investment decisions and to determine the good moments to buy and sell and how big your positions should be, you should consider joining the grid method, where I use all these indicators that I mentioned to create algorithm which pretty much determines these areas and tells you exactly how much you should buy and sell. And we have a weekly calls where I pretty much address all your questions, and where we hang out, discuss different altcoin strategies, indicators, pretty much everything that can help us improve monthly returns over the longer period of time. So I'm looking forward to hear your thoughts about the current market conditions in the comment section below. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Thank you for staying until the end. Stay strong and healthy. Bye.